Well, I'm randomly walking through the woods looking for dumps, but I'm seeing depressions in the ground, and I probed some of them and they're actually privies. This really big one looks like one, but it's nothing there. But right over here, there's a sinking spot, and that definitely has some stuff buried there, so I'll open it up and see what's in it. Alright, I found another depression. I haven't probed it yet. And there's a much more noticeable one there. So I'm going to check them out with my probe and see if there's anything there. Well, the least sunken one is the privy, and that other one is actually not one. I can hear bottles already on the first scoop.
Hey! Got a guy right here. Got a guy right here come out of the woods. Right here.
We don't need your services anymore.
Hey!
What?
Get your hands up.
I don't see any no parking signs here, do you?
First off, we're in charge here.
Yep.
You left your vehicle illegally parked.
I don't.
We banged on it
Well, how could I know that if I'm not in it?
because you left it abandoned, so we're getting ready to tow it. Now, why'd you show up now?
Because I heard a beeping sound and I thought maybe something like this was
So you
happening.
camped out over here?
No, I'm out in the woods looking for bottles.
Okay.
I've only been here for like an hour at the most.
Okay. Well, the back of your van here's in the roadway. That's why I was getting ready. This is a one-way street also.
School buses come up through
Yep.
here.
Okay.
So you looking for bottles?
Antique bottles and stuff.
Yeah, Pell City happens to have one of the rarest Coke bottles in Alabama.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which factory? I used to put the factory on the bottom of the bottles.
Yeah, it would be that kind, but it would be a very old one from about 1917 to 1927.
Not as rare as one from Lineville.
Yeah, I actually went to Lineville about a month ago looking for those too.
Got the bottom out of one from Lineville.
Oh yeah?
Dude, you need to like put something under, get off the roadway.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting ready to Slim Jim it to make sure you
wasn't
weren't
in there
curled up
dead.
dead in the back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we didn't want it to be in the tow yard, and they call back and say, hey, something smelly, you know, it's coming from this van. You know, put something up that says, hey, I'm out in the woods looking for bottles or whatever.
Just put you something on the window there.
Yeah.
Don't tow them in the woods or whatever.
Yeah, and leave your four-way flashers on and get further off the road, you'll be good to go. But I mean, we just thought, partially with the window tint, we barely, even with our flashlights,
You can't see
we couldn't tell if you was in the sleeping bag, dead or what.
What's that?
This is owner. He come out of the woods. Yeah.
So,
Good.
anyway, I mean, it's just, and the bad thing is, we've got, over here, we got a couple guys living in the woods, scaring the crap out of the neighbors and everything. We got another guy over here at the thrift store lives in the woods. We think he broke it his Seventh-day Adventist church.
Yeah, we've got a lot of burglars in this neighborhood.
Yeah, so it's, there's a white van here that from out of state, no one's in it, so,
Yeah, I guess this problem happens to me quite frequently, actually.
If you just put your piece of paper under your windshield wiper right there, and just put in the woods looking. That's all you got to do.
When the woods look for antique
We
bottles.
knew you wasn't back there in the back dead or something.
A little further off the roadway, maybe get you a couple of cheap cones, and you'll be good to go.
One in, one on the back.
So if I move over 2 feet, I'll be okay then?
Yeah, just don't get in the ditch where you get stuck.
You can't get out.
You can probably pull on up here a little bit and get your van off the road because your right rear corner, your right rear corner's in the roadway.
Okay.
Trying to think where maybe some old bottles at, old trash piles or something.
Yeah, they're pretty tough to find since people have been bottle digging for 50 years everywhere already. Back in the 70s, they had it easy.
Yeah.
I see most of it in the Mill Village. They're all on sewer now.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's 2 days of getting scared by the cops. If I was here 1 minute later, they would have towed my vehicle away. But at least these cops were nice about it. Alright, I'm walking through the woods from the opposite direction now, and I've located another obvious sinkhole. So I'm going to probe it and see if I feel any glass. I sure do see a lot of these out in the woods, but that's always a good sign that there's a dump close by, or at least that they threw that one thing away that's really old. Well, it actually is a privy. Well, I'm off to a bad start, but this one at least feels like it has a lot of trash in it, but that generally means it's going to be a 40s privy. So we'll see. Well, my luck's turning around. I thought it was going to be a really late hole, but I just popped this one out already. And these are nothing to get excited about, but it's definitely one of the older ones. It has the Route 28 mark on it. So if that's 1928 at the 8-inch level, that's a good sign. Uh-oh, the birds are coming. That was a lot of birds. Well, it's been a long time since I pulled a bottle out. I'm starting to hit a real layer down there though. I just found this, which is a water bottle. Not very old really. I see something glassy right there. It's just a ketchup bottle. Still got the lid on it. Gotta be late 20s or early 30s. Just a bunch of worthless food product jars and stuff. It went from old to new. Strange. Well, it's getting kind of wet down there. I got something showing that could be a soda right there. Feels like a Coke bottle too. That's a good sign. No, it's got that tricky Coke bottle waste kind of thing, but it's just a stupid food jar. Well, the cans are pretty old, but they're still intact, which is pretty rare. Usually they crumble and disintegrate completely. We've got several bottles sticking out. A screw top. That's not looking too good. Got another food product piece. We got one of these tobacco tins that's still intact. Well, I dug this rusty fork. That's kind of weird. I never see that kind of thing. I find plenty of forks, but they're silver plated, and iron ones just don't hold up. Down here in the hole we got more stuff coming out. Got some kind of a medicine bottle showing. Another screw top. No embossing either. A lot of cans. Very unusual to see that. Got some kind of leather piece of a shoe, I think. And some other bottle showing right there. Another food product. Well, I lost my left-handed glove, which I need that for scraping the dirt away. I got a mason jar showing right there, but it's really deep in there. I'll have to try and hook it with my scratcher. clear one, but it's the ball. Looks just like the blue kind, but it doesn't have any blue color to it. Well, I might get $2 if I'm lucky. Well, that's about it. I tunneled a long ways. Never found that many cans. And tons of household food products, all of which have no value. Of course, the best things are always broken. Looks like a 1890s or early 1900s glass. And then that probably would have been worth $5. So even though I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I guess I better fill this hole back in. Well, that's the only two I'm bringing back with me. I got it pretty well filled in, and I've got another one over here, but I'm reluctant to dig it because it'll probably just have a bunch of the same kind of things in it. But I guess I better try it anyway. Well, I dug 4 feet and didn't find anything. It's definitely a privy, but it's too sparse. It probably doesn't have any bottles in it at all. So I'll start a new one. Well, I got another one there, but it's pretty close to that tree, so it's probably going to have big roots in it, so I don't think I want to dig it. Then we got another one over here. Doesn't seem to have much glass in it, so I'll probably just leave that one too. Alright, I got another pair. This one doesn't feel like there's any glass in it, but it's very soft and no roots and rocks in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and dig it. Well, I'm down about 4 feet. Finding absolutely nothing. Definitely a privy though, but I guess I'll have to fill it in and start the 5th hole. Okay, it's filled in. I guess I'm just going to leave that one. It doesn't feel so good either, and I'm just not finding much. Okay. Well, I'm going to try one more, and if it doesn't work out, I'm going to quit with this. Well, it didn't work out again, so I'm going to go look for some dumps on the other end of town. Well, I'm back to the hole I left off on when the cops showed up and tried to tow my vehicle away. It still goes another 2 feet at least. So I'm going to use the last bit of energy I got left to dig it out. Another waste of time and energy. Well, I gotta go eat lunch, I'm starving.